I met Sarah 2 years ago at a friend's birthday party, and from the moment we talked, it felt like we clicked instantly. She was funny, kind, and knew exactly how to make anyone feel special. Our relationship moved fast. Within a few months, we were spending nearly every day together, talking about the future, and even discussing marriage. I truly believed she was the one. Things felt perfect, at least on the surface. She talked about how excited she was to start a family with me, how she wanted a small wedding by the beach, and even showed me rings she liked on Instagram. I was ready. I started saving for a ring, making plans in my head, and even talked to my parents about proposing to her within the year. But then small things started to feel off. She became secretive with her phone. She'd laugh at messages, and when I asked who it was, she'd say, "Just a friend." She started staying out later, saying she had girls' nights or work dinners. I trusted her, but deep down, something didn't feel right. My instincts told me there was more going on. One night, I met up with two of my close friends. As we talked, one of them casually asked, "Hey, isn't it your girl who hangs out with that guy from the gym?" My stomach dropped. I asked them to tell me more, and what they said shattered me. They had both seen her, on different occasions, with two different guys. One of them even saw her holding hands with one of them at the mall. I didn't want to believe it. I needed proof. Over the next week, I became someone I never thought I'd be: suspicious, paranoid, and heartbroken. I checked her social media, watched her stories closely, and even followed her once when she said she was going out with friends. That night, she didn't go to a girls' night. She met up with a guy, and they kissed before walking into a hotel. I stood outside in shock, staring at the entrance, barely able to breathe. I felt numb, but more than anything, I felt like a fool. The woman who wanted to marry me, who called me her soulmate, was cheating. Not with one, but two different guys. I didn't know whether to scream, cry, or just disappear. I went home that night and thought hard about what to do. I didn't want to fight or beg for answers. I wanted the truth to come out in a way she couldn't escape. So I gathered every bit of evidence I had. Screenshots, photos, messages she accidentally left open on my laptop. Then I waited for the right moment. That moment came a few days later when we met for dinner. She was all smiles, talking about a venue she saw online for our future wedding. That's when I calmly pulled out my phone and showed her everything. The photos, the hotel check-in, the hand-holding, the messages. Her face turned pale. She tried to deny it first, then blamed me for not trusting her, then finally broke down and admitted it. She claimed she was confused, that she loved me but wasn't ready to settle, and that she didn't mean for it to happen. I sat there in silence. Her words meant nothing now. I didn't yell or curse. I just stood up, paid the bill, and said, "You wanted a future with me while sleeping with others. That future ends tonight." And I walked away. She called me for days afterward, sent long texts, begged to meet, but I blocked her. Word spread quickly among our friend group. When people found out what she did, most of them cut her off. Some even sent me messages of support, saying I deserved better. It didn't make the pain disappear, but it helped me heal. Months have passed now. I still think about what happened, not because I miss her, but because I learned something important. Love doesn't mean ignoring red flags, and trust should never be one-sided. I gave her my heart, and she broke it like it meant nothing. But I picked up the pieces, and I've started again, stronger, wiser, and no longer willing to settle for less than honesty.